Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Glock video once again. I know a lot of you guys have definitely enjoyed a lot of the Glock material that I've been putting up on my channel lately, so I kind of just want to expand on that, kind of touching a little bit on just the different variants of Glocks that exist. So this one is a little interesting because this is going to be literally the babies of the Glock family, which is going to be these two. So in my right hand here, or your left, however you're seeing this, is the Stark Arms G42 with full trademarks. The one in my left hand is going to be the G26 by WE, which this one is not fully trademarked, but it is marked with WE's own trademarks on the pistols. I'm just going to be kind of talking about these two because they're definitely a little bit more on the interesting side. They are the babies of the Glock variants, and I just wanted to kind of compare the two because there's a significant difference, as I thought always this one was the baby of the family until I got this one. This one is even smaller. So hope you guys enjoy. I will get a little bit up close to these and really show you guys what I'm talking about by size comparison. So comparing the two, unless you really have them in your hands and, unless you can really see, there's definitely a big difference. The first thing you can notice between the two is the thickness. So right here on my left hand is the G26, and on the right is the G42. So generally in the real steel world, this one right here, the G42, typically fires a very small round. As you can see, what's embedded in the slide here is a .380 auto, so the caliber is definitely much smaller compared to the more common 9mm Glock, where this one usually is as a real steel. As you can see, this one says 9x19, so this is generally replicating the 9mm version of this particular baby Glock. So, definitely difference in calibers, and that of course is going to mean difference in slide thickness. So if I had the two together, you can definitely see the significant difference between the G26 on my left and the G42 on my right. So definitely the caliber of the bullet will definitely reflect on the thickness of the slide. So that's definitely something you'll notice right off the bat. And then, of course, the barrels in real life will be a little bit different. I mean, obviously with these, we're talking airsoft here, so it's not the exact replica. So they're still both going to fire the 6mm BB, recommended weight of 0.2 gram BBs, and basically it for that portion of it, at least. With, of course, the G26, it has this insane full auto mode, which really isn't replicated off of the real steel version. I myself have never seen a full auto real steel baby Glock. I could be wrong on that. I've never really attempted to search for something like that, nor have I really came across anything like that. So that's definitely something that's unique in its own right there, even just to the airsoft world, is having a full auto baby Glock. And you can see this one's not ported in any way. Neither is this one. Neither of the baby Glocks that I have are ported, which find it interesting for this one, considering it's a full auto, and its brothers, the G18C and the G23C, are in fact ported barrels because they are full auto. For this one, there obviously isn't a selector switch, so it's going to be just the regular semi-automatic, which basically replicates the real thing. The real thing is just semi-automatic for this particular caliber. The one thing, of course, that this one mimics extremely well is, again, the trademarks, as you heard me mention in my previous videos of this Stark Arms G42. Stark Arms did an incredible job with replicating the real steel Glock trademarks. So as you can see, it says Glock 42 with the USA markings, not Austria, is fairly known with the Glocks. And then, of course, the caliber of the round it fires, which would in this case be the .380 auto for the real steel. And then you have the Glock trademark stamped into the polymer frame on the bottom. and then going to the other side, you'll have the manufacturer, basically where it's made, which this one in particular is USA since it's on the other side of the slide, and then Glock Incorporated, and then it looks like Smyrna, Georgia is where this would be coming from if it was a real steel. And then of course the serial numbers are printed both on the slide and outer barrel. And then on the top of the outer barrel you have again the caliber being fired, the Glock trademark, United States, and the state stamped in where it's coming from. And of course you'll see the state of Georgia stamped in multiple places of the gun. And then over here you have of course the serial number, which appears to match the slide and outer barrel. So again, with the Kjw, on the other hand, we really didn't replicate the full Glock trademarks just due to lawsuits. I am not 100% sure with Stark Arms. I know they're primarily Asian, like mainly retailed in Asia, so they don't really care for that. But since these come into the States more often than Stark Arms, they just decided to not even bother with full-on trading this G26. So you can see it's pretty much blank slate, just the G26 tactical, but they have the caliber of the round. And then right here, instead of Glock, they just have Kjw stamped in there. Other side just shows gas blowback system, and then of course made in Taiwan with Kjw-Tech's own stampings on the outer barrel and the slide, and then their stampings are there. And then of course you have another serial number of some sort stamped on there as well. So two differences there. If we talk about magazines, so for example, what I have for this one, I have the extended magazine. We'll just use that as the example for today's video. And then I have the stock OEM magazine for the G26. So if you look at the G26, there really isn't anything unique stamped on this or anything like that. The only thing you'll have on the bottom of the mag base is Kjw Tactical and then Taiwan, where it's made from. And of course with the round indicator of how many rounds are in the actual magazine. So that's what you'll have for the Kjw G26. If we look at the Stark Arms version, the G42, you'll definitely see that there is a Glock trademark on there, right on the side of the magazine or on the spine of it. And then of course some numbers that'll indicate probably some kind of serial number for the magazine itself. And then of course the round counter like on the real thing. And then on the bottom, nothing really there, nothing specific. I can even show you the stock magazine that the G42 comes with. This one does actually have a Glock logo stamped on the bottom, and then as well a Glock on the spine of the magazine here with also a serial number and a round counter. The unique thing is on the airsoft world is the gas fill-up reservoirs. So on both of these for the Stark Arms G42, the fill-up reservoir is literally on the back of the actual magazine, not on the bottom like traditionally it is compared to this Kjw G26 or all the Kjw pistols, which would be on the bottom. The only other gun that I have in my collection that has it on the side here would be the Cyber Gun FNX 45 pistol. That's the only other pistol I've owned that had this. And then I also have my G&G G26 sniper rifle that has it on the top portion. So definitely unique for the fill-up of the gas for these replicas. But to each is their own for that manufacturer. They saw it as a more effective method due to sizing, possibly, to do such a thing. I really am not too sure, but they went with that route. If I compare, of course, the sights on this as well, you can see on the right for the G42 you have the traditional bracket sights like each Glock has, and on my left you have the 3-dot sights, which have kind of like a neon green to them, so it's a little bit more on the tactical side or aftermarket side. I actually got this like that, so I really don't know if the real steel kind of comes with the same design. I'm almost positive they come with the bracket sights. If not, it could be easily swapped out. But I mean, you can really tell, the difference between the two. Here's with the extended mag, and then I will compare it as well with just the regular magazine. So with the regular magazine, it looks even smaller. So right there, huge difference, very, very huge. Obviously with this one, it's going to kick a little bit harder than this one. Again, you have more metal traveling. Gas is under a little bit higher pressure because it needs to move the heavier slide. So that's definitely noted. And then, of course, this one will fit in your hand a little easier. If you just have the regular magazine, you'll kind of see your pinky will hang a little. Whereas if you get the extended one, it'll pretty much sit just as comfortable as this one does with this little mag extension on the bottom. And then just for fun, I will compare this to also the Glock 19. So here's the comparison between the Glock 19 G26 and then the Glock 19 to G42. So, I mean, huge difference. And with the G19, it's pretty much like the middle in terms of size. Now, if we bring the big boy out, which is the traditional Glock 17, I have right here the Kjw Glock 17, which of course is non-trademarked. So if I compare this to the G42, it makes the damn thing look like a Desert Eagle in terms of size. So it's pretty huge compared to this. This Glock is very tiny. If I compare it to the Glock 26, again, same thing, very tiny compared to the actual Glock 17. The thing to notice though, being that these two in real life would be the same caliber, the slide thickness would be the same, as you can tell. So both of these would be 9mm, so slide thickness is the same. Again, compared to the G42 and the Glock 17, I mean, there really is no comparison. The thing is a lot larger. You know, of course, bracket sights as well for the Glock 17, but again, that's more traditional. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys, just kind of the fun side of things. I don't really see a lot of comparison videos with two baby Glocks. Generally, it's a baby Glock with the full-size G17 or G19, but this one is just comparing two of the babies in the Glock variant that exist, and of course in the airsoft world. You know, I definitely really don't come across people that often have these baby Glocks. They're not really practical if they're going to try to field them, but hey, some people do and they make it work. For me, I've done a lot with this one. This one, not really. I don't really see this as being practical at all, in my opinion. I got this one as more of like a collector's piece. This one also, I use it a lot and it's become a collector's piece as well. But for the most part, this one you can definitely make it work because the extended magazine 4W does fit on there just fine without any issues, and I can actually show you guys this. Here is the extended magazine, and that fits just fine. And you guys could definitely see that in one of my shooting demonstrations of the G26, and it functions just fine with the extended mag. So that just increases the practicality level by a lot more with this gun with that extended magazine. But that's basically what I kind of want to share with you guys. I really hope you enjoyed that video. It's again something unique, something that really I don't see a lot of people talk about. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on it and, you know, just share how interesting it is. If you guys have any other questions, you know, if you wanted me to compare other pistols together, you know, I can definitely do that. If you guys have more questions with anything Glock related, I can definitely take some ideas from you guys. You know, if you have something you want me to post for you as a video, again, I could definitely do that. But for me, I wouldn't know anything unless you guys tell me. So if it's something really pondering your thoughts, let me know. I can maybe make a video out of it. But that's all I had for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely check out my channel for other Glock videos and stay tuned for more, because there's definitely always more coming your way. Take it easy, guys.